All right, we're going to get things started, so if you can be seated, we are going to have troop. Hey, the beauty of this experience is that there is untold energy in the room, and that's exactly what we hoped for. So we're getting what we want. It's a wonderful opportunity, and we're going to start it off with Troop 355 and Pack 355 as they will post the colors and set us up for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Will the audience please rise and join for the presentation of the colors and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance? Oh, shoot. Color guards, attention. Scout salute. Color guards, advance. Color guards, post the colors. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Color guards, about face. Forward march. Color guards dismissed.
Thank you. All right, now we have our traditional song by Lions Second VP Lynn Clinton. Oh, sorry. Well, let's do the song. We'll come back. Yep.
Please join me in America the Beautiful. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea. Thank you.
Thank you. If you remain standing, next will be our invocation. Lion Pass President Rich Bortolan is on his way up. Oh, by all means.
And before I do the invocation, being there are a lot of teachers here, if you have to go to the bathroom, will you raise your hand first? Get rid of my stick here. Every day, millions of teachers are entrusted with the lofty responsibility of teaching our nation's children, and on any normal day, and on any normal day, that's exactly what they do. But then there are the not-so-normal days when unthinkables become reality. When a shooter ravages a hallway or a powerful tornado pillages a classroom. On those days, we are reminded those teachers who are entrusted our future are also our protectors and our heroes. Thank you and amen.
And I'm going to let Lions Secretary Michael off the hook in terms of introduction of guests. The whole evening. Oh, I've been practicing. I mean, the whole evening is going to be an introduction of guests and dignitaries. So we have tables and tables and tables full of people, and so as we roll through the evening, we're going to have an opportunity to meet and greet and celebrate. Being together. So I want to make sure that we recognize that that's going to happen. In a moment, I'm going to have the Scoutmaster and Cubmaster come up for recognition. But before I start, I just want to have a couple. Please be seated, by all means. Holy smokes! You're making me nervous. Much better. I was saying to myself, what's wrong with this picture? And I'm like, what are they? So anyway, look, thanks for your kind attention. I'm Steve Henderson, and this year, sorry. So I'm Steve Henderson, and this year I'm the president of the Millbrae Lions Club. So, welcome to the Movers and Shakers dinner. The Millbrae Lions, we're in our 85th year of service to the community, and this dinner, this celebration, this gathering is an opportunity for all the people that are serving in education, community service, working in city government, all the capacities. Essentially, when you look around the room, what you see is a person that is part of the glue that holds this community together. And when you see each other and celebrate the commitment of service, particularly towards our young people, that's something to be incredibly proud of. Here in Millbrae, with only 23,000 people, we punch way above our weight in terms of what we do in civic pride, in terms of what we do, how we stand out, and not just as a city and a community, but the bond that we share and the commitment that we have to not only our youth, but to each other is what this is about. And so there are just so many people here that essentially are the difference makers. I mean, you are the difference makers. Give yourselves a round of applause for that. Everyone here is invested in the future, and the future really are the kids and all the different entities that are involved in making sure that the services for all of us are continuing to flow forward. There's so many generous people here representing different organizations and private businesses that you'll get a chance to meet. And a big part of this is a chance for you to network and think about the possibilities of adding to what we can do to enrich the community and continue to create opportunity for everyone. The Lions is a youth service organization primarily, and one of the largest organizations that we dedicate energy, effort, and literally invest in is scouting. And so now I would like to bring up Scoutmaster Suji Chang and Cubmaster William Tunick for recognition. Also, we have Lion Past President Dave Van Wart, who, yeah, gets it, Lion Past President Dave up here. Lion Past President Dave is instrumental in scouting for many, many years. In fact, if you were involved in scouting at any time in any way in our community, will you please stand for just a moment? I just want to see anyone that was involved in scouting. I'm up and said, a lot of people involved in it. And Dave, you're equipped with the items? All right, just making sure. Okay, just making sure. All right, so this evening we're honoring the Scouts for their great service to the community with checks for $2,500 each for the Cub Scouts and for the troop, for the Boy Scouts, for the troop. Cool. Yeah, come on. Yeah, get up there. Yeah,
Thank you. All right. So this is the best thing I get to do all year long, is being the Lions liaison with the Scouts. It's great. So kind of the long-going legacy. And like Calvin and I, when we started this way back, it's kind of the ecosystem of the community, right? We have, the elementary schools, we have the middle schools, and of course the high schools all represented here tonight. So William, our Cub Master there, he kind of gets the youth, I should say youth, because it's not just boys anymore. It's boys and girls are involved in scouting nowadays. He gets them at the elementary level, right? Then they transition into middle school. Suji gets them and finishes them off with high school. So, you get them all the way through the educational program as well, and hats off to these leaders here, right? Making good youth in our community, right? And scouting is that, one of those cornerstone things that really, lays the groundwork for, creating good citizens in the community. So hats off to all of you and Dave as well for all the tireless work you guys do. And as they say, it's only an hour a week, right? So, over the years, we started off with 500, 750, 1,200, 1,500, and now under, inflationary times, and, it takes, some more money to get things going around here, right? So through the goodness of, the Lions board and some great fundraising, we're able to up our ante this year from 1,500 to 2,500 for each group this year. So, and it's our job as a charter organization supporting the Scouts through the Lions Club to make sure they have great, resources and meeting places. So these checks here are to make sure that the program continues to run every year. So the pack, here you go, William. Again, thank you for supporting and being the Cub Master. I think this is a photo op here for John here. Thank you. And Suji, great job being our Scout Masters. Another $2,500 for you guys. All right. Again, and Scouts, thank you guys for doing a great flag ceremony as usual. So again, hats off to the scouting program in Millbrae. Thank you all. All right, here we go.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for letting me have a few words, President Steve. All right, great, thank you.
Thank you, Past President Dave. Outstanding. Well, again, this is the ecosystem. Enjoy your community. We're going to actually break for dinner and enjoy dinner, and then we're going to pick up the program and move on from there. So thank you. Looking forward. We're going to get things started, and before we do, I can't resist the opportunity to do a little shameless promoting. We have a couple of things coming up. Thanks. So we have so many people in the community here. I want to point out there is a Taylor Bulldog pancake breakfast this Saturday at the Carolyn Shea Center. Okay, Bulldog pancake breakfast. Be there. We're gonna make pancakes and sausage and OJ and all that stuff. Be there. You see up on the screen an advertisement for our lobster feast. That's going to be at St. Dunstan's Parish Center. There are flyers on the tables, and the QR code is active. You can register today. Space is limited. We're hoping for 200, 250. We're going to have a bar. We're going to have dancing. We're going to have a great time. Lobster are going to be provided for that event. So I want to make sure you know those events are coming up and that you get your space, because they're going to be a lot of fun, and we hope to see you there. We are going to get going with our program. We have a lot on our plate, so without further ado, I'm going to invite up Lion John Hipley, who is going to start off the show. Thank you, John.
All right. Thank you, Steve. Okay. I would like to recognize the co-organizers of this event, and Mr. Lion Jeff Spicker over here, and Lion Paul Cito right here. All right, it's so nice to see everyone here in this room enjoying themselves, and we're here for a purpose, and that is to talk about, really, when you come right down to it, how to make Millbrae a better place. And it takes cooperation. It takes the schools to turn out the students who become the business people and leaders of the community. So you have the civic groups and the schools and organizations here in Millbrae. And it's interesting, in this morning's San Francisco Chronicle, the lead article was about a couple who were trying to renovate a house. And anyone see that in San Francisco? 1.7 million in Bernal Heights, yeah. And where did they discover they really wanted to live? Millbrae, that's right. They must have mentioned Millbrae 5 or 6 times. It was amazing. Yeah, really amazing. So how do we make Millbrae a more desirable place? And by listening tonight, hopefully we're going to find ways that we can cooperate more with one another and develop synergy so that we can make it even a nicer, a more compatible type of community. I was going to do an icebreaker before the intermission for dinner, and I'm going to truncate it and make it brief. How many of you have seen the movie Top Gun: Maverick? Okay, quite a few people. All right. Do you know when the original Top Gun came out? 1986, you're right. Congratulations. How many years ago was that? A long time ago, yeah, 37 years. And what it makes you realize is how quickly time passes. You know, we all think we have like forever. Then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, that's the 50th anniversary of this event or something like that. And it just puts things in perspective. So Maverick, 37 years later, anyone know how old Tom Cruise is? Old. No. 60 years old, yeah. And let me tell you, he looks good. He looks really, really good, yeah. All right. No. Anyway. 11 years older, huh? Okay. Gary Pellegrini, our past president, who looks better than Tom Cruise. That's right. All right. So cutting to the chase, there's a scene in Top Gun Maverick where the pilots are playing football at the beach. And the commander comes up, or the admiral, and played by John Hamm, and he just kind of loses it. Like, we're supposed to be studying in terms of accomplishing this mission. What are these people doing out here? And And what were they doing out there, according to Tom Cruise? Team building. Exactly. Everyone thinks that, this all happens magically, but it's a team, people working together that make it happen. And that's going to be the focus of tonight's agenda. How do we get ourselves to work better with one another to make this Millbrae experience even better than it already is? So without further ado, I'm going to introduce John Muniz, who was one of the original advisors for the Leos. And John, I'm going to let you take it away.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You know, they told me, please don't talk for 45 minutes, so I promise I won't. First of all, Gunhei Fachoy! There you go. Right on, brother. Yeah, this is a fantastic evening tonight. I feel the vibration in my head. It's just wonderful. Since 2015, this has been going on. Every year we put this on. I don't think we did it during one year during COVID, but it was fantastic. And it is a fantastic event. And it's wonderful to see all you folks here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, 2015, that's when the Leos was founded, was reconstituted again by myself and, what's his name? Doug Callahan. Yes, Doug Callahan. That's right. What's that? That's right, 2007. Yeah, I'm losing it. What the hell? So anyway, I never dreamed in 2007 that the Leos would surmount to what they've come to today. Believe me, top in the district, top in the county, top club in the state, and in the country with presidential medals. Let's give it up for the Millbrae Lions Club. It's a fantastic group, and I am so proud of them, and I want to thank the leaders of the Millbrae Lions Club, these young people who took over and made it the way it is today. So, there you go. There's one guy there, Michael Kelly. Okay, where's Ann Schneider? Where is she? Mayor Schneider, come up. And Angelina's not here, right? I think Angelina's here. Where is she? Where's Angelina? Come on up, Angelina, please. Where are you? Come on. There you go. Where is she? No, there she is. Come on up. Councilwoman Angelina. Come on up. Come on. Don't be bashful. Come on. Okay, now. Okay. On behalf of the Millbrae Lions Club Board of Directors, President Steve Henderson, we want to thank you for your service. And we continue to serve the community like you're doing. It's an honor for me to be here with you guys, believe me. And here's a little small token, 2,500 big ones. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hey, congratulations to you, man.
Thank
you
you.
made this happen. Yeah, come on in. Good.
Do you want us up here?
No, I think,
you're gonna
yeah,
do it?
okay.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. What an amazing introduction. For those that don't know me, my name is Michael Kelly. I'm the club secretary this year. You may know that I'm very shy and I have a fear of public speaking. And, but I get the honor and the privilege to work with the Millbrae Leos, and I couldn't be prouder. It's something that energizes me, and I feel like I probably get more out of it than our youth do. It's really exciting. I just want to call out to start. This is going to be brief because we've got a big agenda, but the Millbrae Leos were the 500th Leos Club to form in the United States. And one of the original charter Leo advisor is at our Legends table. Lion past president Rich Bortolin was a Leo advisor in the mid-'70s when club number 500 was chartered. And I think we've got John LaDuca sharing that honor. Okay, John, do we have you here? Good. And what I want to really make sure is, in calling out, are all the Leo's advisors that made this possible. Calvin Chin, Wayne Lee, Randy Sahai, Frank Barbaro. We've got, I know there's others. Bill Maher, yes. It's just really impressive. And, you know, I feel embarrassed because they built this incredible vehicle for our youth. And I got to jump in the seat and put my foot on the gas. It was already built, and we got to go. We got to go really fast to the point where in 2020, we had 22 members in the Leo's Club in the MyLCI platform. As of 2 days ago, we are at 84 members. So 16 new members just in this service year since July 1. And what's happening, I'm going to just click over to this. You can see one of the more recent Leo pictures from their website. This is when we were at about 60 members, but any given meeting, they meet third Tuesday of every month, any given meeting, 40 to 50 Leos are there. So what's happened is that yeah, it's great. They've figured out how to balance being impactful and having fun and taking pride in their community. And what I thought was particularly poignant with honoring our educators here tonight is many of you will recognize they went through Spring Valley and Meadows and Lomita and then to Taylor and then a lot of them to Mills, but some were in Middle College, some were at SI or Sarah, some of the other schools in the area, but Cappuccino, sorry. Yes, but you know, they have ties to Millbrae and they have pride of ownership in Millbrae of what they've accomplished. So I wanted to call that out. And without taking up too very much more time, one of the projects the Leos did is working with our own MCTV and put together a 4-minute video. So instead of me talking for 4 minutes, you get to hear the Leos in their own words describe how they feel about the impact they have in the community.
My name is Cayenne, and I'm the project director for the Millbrae Lions Club. How I got involved was I wanted to do something that could benefit our whole community. Especially at the time that I joined, I was really interested actually in the environmental aspect that the Leo specifically did in regards to like comparing to other clubs.
Since it was COVID, there was a lot of plastic and packages from shipments, since most things were online, that they were just building up and people didn't know what to do with it. We thought it was a perfect idea to use that plastic, take it out of the landfills, and create plastic benches.
When people go to recycling, they don't think much comes out of it because they don't see like a final result. But in this case, when they're actually recycling, contributing to a project like this where it actually yields like a final product like the plastic bench, they can actually see a tangible result in the plastic bench. Whereas before, they would just kind of recycle and they kind of forget about it. Sometimes they don't even feel motivated to recycle because they don't see that result. I mean, I think that this project actually helps people realize that there's actual good being done.
Usually, every 2 weeks, we come, we sort the plastic, we make sure that it's stretch film. So we sort it, and the plastic that should not be used, we throw away, and the ones that we use, we package it all up, and we drive all the way to Safeway. We give it to their shipment dock, and they send it to Trex.
When we started, we didn't really think we'd get that much, support from the community. We thought maybe a few people, a few families would come donate, but like right from the beginning, tons and tons of support came from all over social media. People right away, we got, I don't know if Mark said this earlier, but we got 500 pounds of plastic within 6 weeks, and we had a 6-month period to do so. So we had an overwhelming amount of support from the community, and it felt great that it wasn't just us trying to do this, it was
I'm a very proud Millbrae resident, and I've been involved with the Millbrae Lions since 2017. About a year ago, I was asked by the Lions if I'd be willing to work with our youth group, the Leos, in a mentorship role and formerly a Leos advisor. It sounded like a lot of work, but I said yes. And it's been an amazing experience. These young adults are an inspiration to me, and we get to work on some really important things and make a difference in the community. So it feels like the motto of the Lions and the motto of the Leos, we get to embrace it. It's we serve, and we get to make a difference.
We've actually partnered with various different groups in the community, such as the Girl Scouts, Daisies, Boy Scouts, Millbrae Anti-Racist Coalition, and a lot of other groups that also wanted to participate in this project, which I thought was pretty cool.
It's amazing. Like I said, it's inspirational to me. It's invigorating. It's one of the toughest jobs you could ever love.
It's going on indefinitely. If anyone would like to help out and donate some plastic, you could always leave it in a clear plastic bag is best. It has to be free of food, any dirty material in it, and it has to be clean and dry. Stretchy, that's the most important part. And you can leave it outside City Hall. That's the best place.
If you want to come join, or they just want to come check out the club and see what it's about, we have meetings every third Tuesday of the month. Right now it's at the Great Hall, which is in the temporary rec center, but in the future it will be back at the Charcuterie Room, which is right by the Millbrae Library. As long as you have a passion for helping the community, you're welcome to join.
Our website is millbraeleosclub.org. You could follow us on Instagram and Nextdoor if you look up Millbrae Lions Club. Go check it out.
So that was in collaboration with MCTV, but one of the things I'm most proud of, you may have noticed, there were scouts there and Daisy Scouts and collaboration with the Leos and the Lions. They actually trained, you saw past President Gary Pellegrini in there sorting plastic, and this is just amazing representation of how the Leos formed this partnership with the city of Millbrae, with the staff, Department of Public Works, with the community, with the Lions, and all of the other organizations within Millbrae that are looking to make it better. It was just remarkable how much everyone else stepped up to participate, because everybody wins at this. So far to date, 10,000, you heard Brian Wen, he was the past Student of the Year at the recent award. He's also up for California Leo of the Year. We'll find out next week if he won it. But he had called out that they collected 500 pounds when they first started in 6 weeks. Since it's 10,000 pounds of plastic they've kept out of landfill so far. And what's really exciting is this is a picture in this room, before it was remodeled, of last year. So the last service year ended June 30th. So the board, the Leos board, was recognized by the White House. They're holding their medals and their letters from President Joe Biden. This was recognized nationally for what's happening in Millbrae. Lions Club International recognized them as the top 1% club in the world. There's 7,000 Leo clubs. They're one of 70. It's incredible. So they didn't do it for the recognition. What blows my mind is, as much as the last board did, the new board that started July 1st, most of them are freshmen and sophomores, and they're already looking to grow this by an order of magnitude. Last year they did 10,000 pounds. They're planning 100,000 pounds this year. They're actually, in partnership with Millbrae Lions and the city, going to make Millbrae the center of the plastic film recycling environment on the peninsula. They're getting the equipment to bale their own plastic. Instead of trading it for benches, they're going to sell it for cash and fund all of their other interests and projects. And they come to me and they say, Lion Michael, we want to be a disruptor. We want to be a force multiplier. We want to leverage economies of scale and have these efficiencies. 15 of these Leos are in Taylor right now. They're 12 and 13 years old talking like this. I can't believe it. So if it was Rob Slauson here tonight, I didn't see him, but he and Hey, Rudy. Anyway, the point being is that now these younger Leos are coming in, the 12 and 13-year-olds, and want to do this. They see the big kids doing it, and now we've got them in the program till they're 19, and it's just amazing. So I'm gonna stop there, but I couldn't be more proud of, and thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
All right, Michael, thank you. Big round. Cool. All right, thank you. So I'm going to keep moving. I'm proud to be here tonight to kind of get to the meat and bones of this program and talk about the cornerstone groups that we're here to really recognize, and that is our school districts. So I would like to invite up Superintendent Deborah French from the Millbrae Elementary School District, please. So this is year 3, correct? Came in the first year of online learning, so things were pretty tough. Big shoes to fill. I'm going to do this a little bit interview style, if that's okay. But can you tell us a little bit about recovering from kind of the years lost in education from online learning and what that means and what those initiatives are and how things are going with the school with all of that?
Of course. Thank you. Well, if I may, first of all, I'd like to thank the Lions for having us here tonight. I'm proud to say that we have a lot of our Millbrae family in the room this evening, so I'm sure we'll have a minute to introduce them. But of course, we continue to look ahead after COVID, and the recovery really has just begun. And it's what we're learning is that we really won't see the total tragedy of it for a couple of years. But we continue to work very closely with our kids in all areas. And really what we've seen most importantly is to be working with them on more of their emotional health. And for kids particularly who are now in the middle school and those formative years, if you think about like a 4th grader who wasn't in school in 4th and 5th grade and then went straight to 6th grade to Taylor, that was a little bit probably earth-shattering to them. So we're looking at how do we serve our kids in all areas, of course academic, but when we look at safety in education, we don't talk just about the physical safety, we're talking about their emotional, their mental, their spiritual safety. And so we have contracted with outside therapists who are on our campuses daily that have pretty heavy loads. We have a full-time therapist at Taylor, and we have 2 others across the district who are serving our students and also assisting our families. And I do have to share, though, that I spend a lot of time in our schools, and I was out last week at Meadows, and I was in a kindergarten class, and I couldn't believe that these little people were 5. I had to check the room I was in. Like, am I really in a kindergarten classroom? And one of the conversations that I had with the teacher was that our little ones are actually socially they're much more mature because they've spent those formative years with adults, having conversations with adults, being around adults, socializing with adults. And so I walked in and they just walked right up. Hi, how are you today? So glad you're visiting. I'm like, you are 5. So it's just that part I think there's some silver linings, but together we will get through it and our children will continue to receive the benefits of our fantastic teachers, our great support staff, and all of our contractors who have come alongside us to support their emotional health.
Thank you. That's awesome. I know as a parent, I couldn't wait to get my kids out of the house and back to school, so we probably all feel the same with that. I know that you brought a lot of folks here with you, and I'd love you to just quickly introduce everybody that's here with you, supporting you, the principals, other staff members, and other folks that are here with us this evening.
Of course. Fantastic. I'll start with our Board of Education. Dennis Fama, our board president, is not able to be with us tonight, but he does send his best wishes. So we have our board vice president, Lynn Ferrario. Our board clerk, Maggie Musa. Board trustee, Karen Chin. And board trustee, Frank Barbaro. Lion Frank Barbaro. Okay, now I know this is really hard to do in a crowded room because you want to make sure everybody feels really welcomed, but let's hold our applause for this next group because it's a large group of people. Okay, so I'm going to start with our teachers. Yeah, I'd love you to stand up. So our teachers and support staff who are here tonight, I'm going to start with Diana Thomas from Taylor, Pam Evans from Taylor, Lisa Zink from Taylor, Julie Nestor from Taylor, Petra Kreshmir from Taylor, Julie Fiore from Taylor, Rudy Carrera from all over. Rudy takes care of all of our sites, and because of him and Raul and Ralph, our sites are still standing after all of the storm. So a big round of applause for Rudy. Aaron Zlatnich, the principal at Taylor. We do have Karen Lottie at the table as well, and she was at Taylor for many years, so we're going to introduce Karen as well. There in the back, we have Carrie Dees, principal at Green Hills. Catherine Wasliv, principal at Meadows. Principal of Lameda Park, Scott Carson. Christina Passmore, our director of special education. Terry Brenner, our director of educational and administrative services. Julie Lustig, our district nurse. Ralph Crame, our chief business official. Jeff Horn, our director of educational technology. Claudia Budagag, our director of human resources. I would be remiss to tell you that Don Ravello, is he still there? Did he hide from me? Oh, he's over there. Don Ravello, past board member, is here. And then if I could please have Gordon Wee and Karen Finn stand. I have saved these two introductions for last because it is a great honor to announce that Spring Valley Elementary School was designated as a distinguished school this year. So congratulations to Karen Finn and to Gordon Wee. We will be honoring the staff in February at the Disneyland Hotel. And I just have to say what an immense honor it is to be around and surrounded by such amazing educators, not only at Spring Valley, but in all of our schools. People who come to work every single day to do what's in the best interest of our kids, keeping at the forefront of their mind not only their educational excellence, but just their humanity and their citizenship and their social and emotional health. So we're super grateful for all that our staff does, and we're really happy to be affiliated here and invited this evening. Thank you so much for letting us occupy so much space.
All right, thank you. Don't leave quite yet. Deidre Gladwin from the Millbrae Rotary. Did you have something for the school district? Was it Deirdre? And then afterwards, we'll invite up the Millbrae Education Foundation. She comes later.
It is my distinct pleasure to be here again tonight to present to the Millbrae School District our annual donation, and we have been supporting the Social Emotional Learning Initiative over the years, and we are continuing to do this with our contribution tonight.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
I got what you wanted.
Thank you. Sorry, I had that. Thank you so much. Appreciate everything. I think we're going to try to do group photos, but do we want to try to do that now, Calvin, or we should hold? Can we get everybody up here real quick? Okay. Everybody at school want to come up real quick for a group photo?
Come on up. Here? Don't be shy.
This might be a little much. Here, I'll- You got it. Thank you, everybody. Joy. All right. I would like to invite up Joy Henry, the PTA Council. Joy. Joy, please come up. Nope. Hi, Joy. Joy Henry for the PTO Council. I know you had a few things that you would want to mention that would help the school district, right? One of the things we're here to do is to talk about ways to help the school district. So can you tell us a little bit quick about some of the initiatives that are coming up and that what we can do? And then if there's folks here you'd like to introduce real quick.
Of course. Yes, so I get to talk about fun stuff. The school board, I think it was 2 weeks ago, passed a resolution to put a special ballot measure for May 2. So mark that. You will start to get your ballots on April 3. This is for the renewal of the parcel tax. And we have it today, so it's not something that's going to be new. I want to stress that to everybody. We just need everybody to get out there and vote yes for this, because these are funds that we have today. If we lose this, it's 2/3, which is about 67%, is what we need to win it. If we lose this, then we lose funding that we already have. It's $125 a year, and that's again, $125,000. If we think about our taxes overall, that is a small hit. What it gives to the school district is $1 million a year for 9 years. So that's $9 million. That seems like a lot of money, but we are one of the lowest funded school districts in the county. So this is a small ask. We need everyone to get out there, vote yes. However, if there are people in here that like campaigning, and I know there are, I know we have some politicians in here. We would love for folks to come knocking on doors, asking for donations, because as you know, again, some of you may know this, but campaigns cost money. So any donations we can get, we would love. We have a website, which is millbraesos.com. We have a Facebook page, which is also similar, Millbrae SOS, at Millbrae SOS. We've got an Instagram. All the social media, we are out there, but we need your support. We need people getting out there, asking people to vote yes on this. If there are any questions, I am your gal for that. Another thing close to my heart, as I mentioned, the school district is one of the lowest funded, so everywhere we can get money, we do. We have a group of wonderful individuals from the Millbrae Education Foundation that are working their butts off. Should I bring, oh, you're gonna bring her up? They're gonna be and they just ended a readathon. The first year that we did this was, I think, 3 years ago? 3 years ago, it was about $20,000. This year, they surpassed their goal and they made a little over $45,000. Okay, so yes. So that is huge, readathon. And the gala, I don't want to steal the thunder. This used to be my rule, so I'm stealing her thunder. But I want to bring over Layla Morris, Millbrae Education Foundation.
Thank you. Thank you, Joy. Hi, Jeff. Thank you, Joy, for the introduction. We did just wrap our third annual readathon. As Joy mentioned, our goal this year was $45,000. Now, that was a fake goal. That was our stretch goal because our real goal was $42,000. But we said, 42 just does not have the same, pizzazz, ring to it. And so in our board meetings, we said, let's just make it 45 and see what we can do. Last year, we made 38,000 over 3 weeks. And this year, because Gala is coming up, we had to make it shorter. So in 2 weeks, the city of Millbrae, and most importantly, the people who love students in the city of Millbrae, raised $45,000. These are small. These are smaller number donations. So 5, 10, 15, 25, $50 donations from grandparents, friends, co-workers of parents, and that really, this is not at all on the agenda, and I'm so sorry, Jeff. On Sunday morning, I sent a text to our VP of Operations, Anshu, who the readathon has really been her baby for the last 3 years, and we were at $34,000 on Sunday morning, and readathon was set to end at 11:59 on Monday night. And at 8:11 a.m. on Sunday, I sent her a text. I said, Anshu, we have gotten our kids to read and love it and compete and gotten excited. Because if a school site reads 35,000 minutes, they get to slime, dunk, or pie their principals. And that, I asked all of them personally, will you please volunteer to do that? And they said, Aaron's going to do all three. And they said, okay. So I think most of our principals are going to get slimed, pied, or dunked. And I sent her a text and I said, Anshu, this is amazing. $34,000 is a lot of money. Like, that's a lot of money in small contributions, right? From parents, grandparents, friends, coworkers, all of that. And we watched as every hour, I was obsessively checking it, and it would go up because we averaged it out, right? We were like, to make our goal, we got to make like $1,000 plus a day, right? More than that, 2,000 something. I can't do math. This is why, okay. I ask you guys for money. Ling does the math. I don't do the math, okay? So Sunday morning, we had $11,000 to go. And we were like, this is not going to happen. It's okay. We did a great job, la, la, la. Every hour, it went up, and it went up, and it went up. And what that told me was that Millbrae can do amazing things for the kids of Millbrae, right? It was unimaginable that we could get there, and we did it over, because people love their kids, and people will advocate for their kids, and that's what MEF is here to do, is advocate for our kids, get them resources so that Superintendent French and our principals and our teachers can continue to give them the excellent education that people expect of Millbrae, that we want for Millbrae, and that we want for our kids. You're supposed to ask me a question.
I got the question. I got this. So the goal this year is for $650,000 to be raised. Pretty aggressive goal. Can you tell us what that would mean to the MEF if you can make that money?
Okay. So it would mean a lot of things to a lot of different people. And when you say, like, what would that mean, right? It would mean that we can continue to fund and try to fund our reading specialists, right? The thing that has fallen behind the most in education because of the pandemic is reading, okay? And it is one of the most integral parts of education is reading and making sure that kids can take it in and use it and apply it to every single aspect of their education, okay? We try and fund math specialists. We help fund music programs at Taylor. We help fund the La Garza PE program. These are things that you and I, when we were growing up, we just had as a matter of course, right? And now we have to specially fundraise just to get those basic things that are part of elementary and middle school education that our kids need, that they rely on to have a full, well-rounded education. So what $650,000 would mean if we were able to hit that goal is that we can continue to help the school district fund those things. And as Joy mentioned, we're still, even with an existing parcel tax, even with $545,000 last year granted to the school district, which is the most ever granted, we're still one of the lowest funded in the whole of San Mateo County, okay? So if we get to 650, think of what we can take a deep breath, quite frankly. And we know that those things will continue to be funded, but also it means that for our kids and our parents and our teachers, we can say, Millbrae's behind you. Millbrae believes in you, teachers, school district, kids, and we want to make sure that we help you excel. I know that this is supposed to be an interview question and answer, but the last time I was in front of you guys, I have the microphone, I'm so sorry. The last time I was in front of the Lions was when we made our ask of the group, right? We asked for a lot of money. Deason, we're still gonna ask for a lot of money from you. But I know you do. But what struck me at that meeting was watching the Leos make their pitch, right? And was watching the Boba Bots. Remember the Boba Bots make their pitch? Those are the kids that have come up through the Millbrae schools, right? They have benefited from the excellent Millbrae education. In 2018, all four elementary schools were distinguished California schools, right? That is why we give to MEF. That is why we rely on the community to give so that we can help our school district reach our kids, give them the opportunities that they need, that they deserve, so that they can succeed and excel. So, to that end, our biggest fundraiser is coming up, and that's the MEF Gala. Everyone, mark your calendars, February 25th. We are back at the Hilton SFO in Burlingame. It's a seated dinner. Tickets are going to include a 3-course meal, and your wine will be included this year. You're welcome, everyone. There will be raffle tickets. There will be a live auction. There will be Fund the Future. Again, Deason, I will be looking at you at Fund the Future. But really, it's our night to celebrate our kids, to raise as much money as we can to set them on the right path forward so that they can continue to excel. And thank you. It is 80s theme. I will have some neon colors and very big hair. So.
Okay. Wine comes with a deal, 80s theme, and it's a blast. I think we're all in. President Steve, would you mind helping me? The Lions have a donation to make to MEF.
So on behalf of the Millbrae Lions, we have a donation check moving in the direction towards the $650,000 that you have targeted to gain. So $15,000 towards your goal.
Thank you. So the Lions are our biggest sponsor, in case you guys didn't know. And there are many founding members of MEF in the room. Thank you, President Steve. Thank you, Calvin Chin. Wayne Lee is here. Deirdre is here. Bill is here. Thank you guys for the tradition that you've created. So thank you, everybody.
Can you hang on for one more quick second? Deidre, do we have, the Rotary has a presentation as well. Thank you.
or we'll do that later. We can do it later.
Right after I had everybody stand up last time.
So apparently I thought I said I was from the Rotary Club of Millbrae. I guess I didn't, but I'm from the Rotary Club of Millbrae. And I'm delighted to be able to present this check to you as one of the founding members of MEF. I am absolutely thrilled and delighted at the success that you've had and wish you much success in the future as well.
Thank you.
Could we ask everybody that's involved in a PTA, PTO, or MEF to stand up real quick just for a quick recognition? There's a bunch of folks here this evening. Thank you for all your hard work. Thank you for coming to this event. Thank you for supporting your children and your schools. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Steve. All right, I'd like to move over to our next educational foundation, or our next group, which is our high school, our Mills High School folks. I'd love to invite up Pamela Dzinski, the principal, and Karen Batuki, the PTO president. Awesome. Thanks for coming up. All right. So I understand, Principal Dzinski, this is your 9th year at the school, 7th year as principal. Awesome. So we're in our 6th year of this event, so we expect to see you at many more to come. So one thing I was going to ask, if you could tell us real quick a little bit about the school's history, the school's size, any kind of demographics that might be of real interest to the folks here real quick.
So Mills was founded in 1958, so that makes 65 years old. It's the gem of the community, and just looking out at all of your faces, so many of you have deep connections to Mills, whether you are a parent there, an alumni yourself, a colleague who has worked for the school, or a neighbor with the school. So it's just really, really a celebration to see so many Vikings in the room. So we're proud of our school, and it really is a source of pride for our community.
Awesome, thank you. And then one question I'd love to ask is, everybody's always looking at high school as the gateway to college, and Mills has always been kind of this shining example on the peninsula. Can you kind of tell us a little bit about the metrics that you gauge your success by, or success stories, or things about what you're doing at the school to prep our children for college and beyond?
It's a great question. As a parent of Mills, right? You want to know that. One in, one out, right? So as a principal, I absolutely always measure my success every May when we have graduation. I know the students' stories. I know how hard they've worked to be on that graduation stage. And it is really a moment of great pride for me. Last year's class, we had total of around 300 graduates. Nearly half of them had 3.5 GPAs or higher. Half of them were California Golden Seal State Diploma awardees, so they demonstrated excellence in 6 or more academic subject areas. Nearly a third of them were the first to graduate and go on to college and become college graduates in the future themselves. 30% of them went to a UC. Another 30% went to a community college. Going to community college is really attractive for our students right now because they can be guaranteed admissions after 2 years, and it's more affordable. That's just one sampling of the youth, right, that are coming through the ranks in this ecosystem, this educational ecosystem here, right? Starting in our elementary schools, then going into Taylor and coming into Mills High School. So it is just a really high caliber quality school. And if you pay attention to rankings, I don't know how many of you look at rankings anymore. US News and World Report ranked Mills High School as the #1 school in our district in 2022 last year. Niche rankings uses a little bit of a different way to rank schools, and Mills was ranked as the third in our district, but in the top 2% of all of public high schools in the state of California, 1,900 schools. Mills is 50, made it in the top 50 best U.S. Best high schools in public high schools in California, best college prep school in California, and in the top 100 for the best STEM schools in California. So it's really an amazing and special place that we have here in Millbrae.
Thank you. And before we go to Karen, is there anybody in the audience you'd like to recognize, or anybody from the district?
Yeah, I'd like to recognize our PTO, our district board president, Greg Land. Trustee Land, actually, he's a returner movers and shaker. This is his second year coming to this event, so please make sure to introduce yourself, make a connection with Trustee Land. He is just an absolutely phenomenal trustee and leader for our school district. And then our PTO president and our vice president in the audience, so I'll turn it over to them.
Awesome, thank you. Thank you, if you would stay for a second. So we'll turn this to Mills PTO. Karen Batuki is here to represent. Joy is here in the audience, the vice president. You know, I asked Karen, you know, maybe I'll give the 30-second elevator pitch. Can you give me kind of what you've done for the schools and for the district and the community? And yeah, okay, we're gonna skip that part. As everybody here knows, Karen is extremely involved and has done a ton for the school districts, and we appreciate everything you do. So the big question for Karen is, what is the Mills annual fund this year, and can you tell us a little bit about that?
Definitely. Thank you, Jeff. So the Mills annual fund this year, we have a goal of $140,000. That is a bit higher, quite a bit higher than our last few years of goals. Last year was a tough fundraising year for us. We raised about $47,000, and we fell short. And we have a funding gap that we're trying to fill this year. So our goal is $140,000. We're going strong. We're at about 25%. And gaining, we have, we're making a push with our schools, with our parents, and with reaching out. We're online now for the third year, and so students can reach out to their families and friends and community members. The purpose of the annual fund is to fill in the gaps where there's where we need more funding that we don't get from the district or through Mills. And so this goes through programs like science, our science programs, technology, and most importantly, our wellness program and our wellness counselors that really work with our students for mental health. So we, I think, do you have another question?
I think she tapped it. I'd like to say the Lions are proud that we helped raise money for the PTO and barbecue a little while back, and that was a blast, and we look forward to contributing more, so thank you. We do have a presentation of a check for the Robotics Club. President Steve, would you like to do this?
Yeah, that's just outstanding effort and energy. They came over and made a fantastic presentation, and we've been involved supporting them with tools and advice and folks all the way along. And so just to kind of keep them moving, little token, $500 for the club.
Thank you. And I think we have one more from the Rotary. Deidre, you're going to wear out the new carpet in this one.
Last but certainly not least, I have a check for the annual fund. We are delighted once again. Our Rotarians truly value, and I think you know that when we do the Day of the Teacher, the education and the opportunities that our children have. So here's just a little something to help along the way.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Everyone, big hand for our guests, special guests. Thank you. Oh, one last quick thing, sorry.
I just wanted to let you all know that we have our Mills Talent Mania going on March 24th. So we've combined Mills Mania with our talent show. So we hope you all join us. The community is welcome. And there's more information to come. So mark your calendar for March 24th. Oh, and there's one more thing.
Yeah, we were don't want to leave this up here on the table. We typical support for Mills and talked about it. So for your general fund, and there's $2,500 for a quick response. It's a annual fund. $7,500 annual fund. Yeah. So. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thanks so much. Thank you, Steve. All right. I'd like to turn this over real quick for a special part of our program. Paul Larson, would you like to take things away from here real quickly? I was going to bring him.
Thank you, Lion Jeff. I just want to tell you that I love seeing everybody here. I'm just very, very impressed. All the movers and shakers, thank you so much for being here. This is a beautiful evening. You are all beautiful. I love you. So, I am here to present the Excellence in Mentoring Award. This goes back to 2009. Let me give you a little bit of a background for those of you who don't know. When I was president, I thought, during Youth Week, we used to have our Youth Week presentations. The students would be receiving awards for various projects, etc. Well, the teachers weren't receiving anything. And I thought, let's make up an award. Let's do this. Let's make something so we can appreciate the teachers, the educators, those who make our students better people. So we just made it up. We created an award, Excellence in Mentoring. Flyers went out that look like this. This is before COVID. We used to have a nomination form just like this. We still do, but this is the nomination form. They would go out to all the schools. Nominations would come in. There would be a select committee of Lions who would look at everything and then decide this is the best choice for this year. Well, we would do that during Youth Week. COVID came along, the pandemic. It pretty much put kind of a little squash on Youth Week. We have been not having Youth Week. It's not a good idea to bring all the students into a room. And either way, we are resurrecting one of the projects, and that one project that had to do with Youth Week is the Excellence in Mentoring Award. So, what happens is we receive nominations. The nominations go to the committee. The committee goes ahead and looks at everything. And this year, there was a very, very important person that stood out, an educator, somebody who is worthy of an award. Our committee said, I have a note right here, the committee said that this nominee is so caring and giving. So, what happened is the committee said this is the person who's going to be receiving the award. And what I would like to do, I would like to announce that particular person who's receiving the award. But before that, we need support. So can I have all of the Taylor Middle School faculty who is here come right up here, please? All the Millbrae board members, all of the school board members, and I'm talking about past and present. So if there's any past members, please come on up here because we want to show support. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Come on up, everybody. I love seeing you. My God, this is great. So, I'll need help with that, yes. Steve, perfect. Come on. Oh, whoever has the biggest camera wins? Is that what's going on? Now, the Excellence in Mentoring Award also is known as the Educator of the Year Award. Now, the person who nominated this particular educator is Diana Thomas, who's the office manager at Taylor Middle School. And we have a blurb here that was written by the physical educator, Julie Nestor, about this particular award-winning educator. And I'm going to read what she wrote. Our nominee, I'm not going to mention who it is yet. Our nominee has been a teacher for the past 23 years and is an Army veteran. She spends most of her time doing for others. Yes, this was a surprise, so I was requested that she not know about it until now. She spends most of her time doing for others. She has orchestrated and assisted with numerous Red Cross relief efforts, has run donations for canned food drives, won warm coat campaigns, hurricane relief funds, and has even gone so far as to buy students shoes and clothing if they were in need. She volunteers her time generously and follows the students through their extracurriculars and after-school games, play performances, music concerts, leadership events, and is often seen by many after school. She's crying. Oh. Our nominee taught through COVID online while others were back in the classroom to be able to still connect with students. She didn't just teach online, but ran the district's AB 130 program, which is California's educational requirements, and the TK through 8, transitional kindergarten through 8th grade students. She was teacher, coordinator, mentor, principal, and counselor all in one. She did all of this while taking care of her 2 ailing parents. One example that sticks out is when the car would not start in the hospital parking lot after one of her father's doctor's appointments. After having conducted PE exercises through Zoom in the parking structure, she was able to turn the lesson into a career experience for the students who learned how to operate a tow truck by interviewing the driver who came to retrieve the car. Petra took advantage of what most would have seen as a negative and turned it into a positive learning opportunity for her students. Everybody up here, please stand and give a warm round of applause to Petra Kretschmer, who is the Educator of the Year for 2023. I apologize, and you can tell everybody here. Go ahead and say
Thank you.
something.
Thank you. Oh my God. Okay.
Hold on to it first. They're going to get a picture.
I got it. I'm not usually at a loss for words, so I apologize. Yeah, I'm the idiot who brought flowers for the Teacher of the Year. Well, obviously it's a surprise.
I just thank you. I don't know what else to say. Unfortunately, I lost both my parents last year in January and then just now in December. And they would be really proud of me right now to have been in the room to experience this, but I know they're down here looking, or up there looking down at me. But that's where it all started. I learned that at home. And if anything, that is an award for them, because they raised me and they taught me what was important. And it wasn't money and things. And, you know, my dad was a child of war. And we just learned that you help everybody, and at some point you might not have anything. And sometimes having nothing is actually good, because then you realize what's important. And so I'm grateful to my parents for teaching me those values, and I try to instill that in the kids to be a bigger part of their community, not just at Taylor, but in Millbrae and beyond when bad things happen, always it seems, and just to care. And if we all just cared a little bit more, it would be a nicer place. I'm very fortunate to work with these my colleagues here, and more importantly, friends for 25 years almost. I'm just grateful. I don't know. I was mad. I have to say, I was really hot coming here because I drove the wrong way, and I accidentally drove the wrong way, and I flashed my lights, and then somebody in the parking, a younger person, got mad, and so I was hot when I got here. So I'm not always nice. But I really, this is the furthest from my mind of expecting that this was for me. And I was very happy to be here for my colleague who I was told it was for. I know. But thank you for your time and for your recognition. And I'm grateful to be a part of Taylor and to be a part of this community. And just thank you. Thank you.
We're going to go one more. Go ahead and hold up your plaque. Everybody surround her. Oh, yeah. Go. All right, 3, 2, 1. One more. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you, everybody. Congratulations again. Lion Jeff or Lion Paul. Here we go. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thank you very much, Paul, for the award, and congratulations, Mentor of the Year. I'd like everybody to take a 7th inning stretch. Okay, let's everybody get up here. Let's get up. Everybody get up. Okay, come up real quick. Everybody, let's get up. Let's get up. Everybody stand up. Let's go. All right. All right. Let's get a stretch here a little bit. We still have part of the program. We'll make it quick here. So I ask you guys to just bear with us, please, as we try to finalize some of the people that deserves the award and your attention too. All right? All right. Stretch. Okay. In the meantime, I'd like to ask Tom Williams, our city manager, to come up here, please. All right. Let's everybody settle down now, okay?
Maybe have the president.
All right, we're gonna. All right, good. Go over here. All right, we have Tom Williams here, our city manager. Now, all the publicity and all the attention we give to our schools, we don't normally get a chance. He helps build the umbrella, the areas that we can actually kind of work together so that we can work together as a team. So Tom Williams is our city manager for several years, and I'm just going to ask, hey Tom, so what do you see different? I know you've been a city manager before. What do you see different in Millbrae that you see from other cities?
Yeah, thanks, Paul, and everyone. Pleasure to be here. Tom Williams again, city manager. Well, what I see when I look out is a strong community, and since I've been city manager here, and events like this community just gets stronger and stronger. And great communities are born from great citizens, and Millbrae is lucky. We do have a strong citizenry, an active community, and it's a pleasure to serve you as your city manager. And I'd say strong community is the number one thing.
That's each and every one of you. And Tom, can you give us an idea of what's going to happen in 2023 and perhaps the following year in the city of Millbrae?
Yeah, thanks, Paul. We have a lot of great things happening. Anybody that's been at the intersection of Millbrae Avenue and Rollins Road can see all the land development and things that are happening. But more than that, working with the city council, it's how can we do a better job reaching out to our constituency. And so we've launched, actually just today, a new program, a couple of different things that I'd like to share with you, if I may. And one is, it's called Millbrae Works, and it's a See-Click-Fix program, and we just launched it today. So if you go on the city's website, right on the front page, you'll see a little button there, and it's called Millbrae Works. And this is for citizens that anything you see, graffiti, trash, potholes, any road repairs, anything, tree trimming, you just simply go on, and there's an app for your mobile devices as well. So you just click on that, tell us what the problem is. It comes to the city automatically, sends a work order, it's assigned to one of our employees. They'll send an email back to you that the work is in progress, the work will be done, and you'll get an email when it's accomplished. So it's called See-Click-Fix, Millbrae Works, and this is, I think, just going to be one of the strongest lines of communication that we can have between the citizens and the city.
Great, thanks, Tom. And and Tom cannot work in a vacuum. So can I ask the city council members to come up here for a minute too?
Should we introduce them? All right, we'll introduce Mayor Ann Schneider coming up. Our Vice Mayor, Maurice Goodman, come on up. Our council member, Mr. Anders Fung. I know council member Angelina Cahalan's coming up, and I know council member Gina Pappin, I believe. I would like to thank the Lions Club because last year I was last, and there was literally 2 people in the audience, and so they've moved me up. And so it's nice to be able to talk to more people today, so I appreciate it. Thank you, President.
And we had elections last year in the new district election, and we had 2 new council members, and that's Angelina Cahalan.
Hello.
And then we have Maurice Goodman.
Good evening.
And then we have Gina Pappin here with us too. Here's the photo ops here, guys. All right, thank you very much. Thank you. All right, now I'd like to get one of the organizations that's been very supportive of our community is the Peninsula Chinese Business Association. I'd like to ask Norman to come up, the president. In the meantime, I'd like to also ask the PCBA table, the board of directors and their spouses to come up and join us here too. And Norman, why don't you come up? Let me ask you. So Norman Ip is a new president this year, and the PCBA they were established about 10, 12 years ago, and last year they gave $30,000 to the school. And so Norman, can you tell us a little about what you anticipate for PCBA this year?
Well, this year, same as before, our mission is to support a local school, local community, and the charitable association.
And how much have they given in the past years since they've been established?
In the past year, we have donated total of $113,000 to the Millbrae School. That's including Mills High School, Taylor, and all the elementary school.
So the Peninsula Chinese business there is very influential. They get a lot of people. One time they had an event that was over 60 tables. They couldn't find a hotel that can actually contains that many tables. They had to end up having to cut back. So anyway, thank you very much for your service. And I'd like to just take a picture here.
Can I say something quick too? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, of the 113,000 that we donate last year to the school, of them about 52,000 we donated to the No-Meter Park Elementary School. And on top of this, every year we have a scholarship program. And last year we donated $40,000 to 5 schools in San Mateo County.
For the last 10 years, we have donated close to $500,000 to San Mateo County, especially Millbrae School District.
All right, I'd like to thank you, Peninsula Chinese Business Association, for joining us today and staying so late in the program. Thank you very much, and Norm, good luck with 2023. Can I get the Deirdre Gladwin and the Millbrae Rotary come up, please? Can I, matter of fact, when you ask all the Rotarians, come on up with you, please. So Millbrae Rotary has been established here for quite a while, and they're known as the organization, the club that can. All right, they have a little smaller club. However, they accomplish quite a bit. So Deirdre will tell us a bit more about it. So Deirdre Gladwin, she's a president this year, and can you tell us how many times have you been president?
This is my 4th time since I joined in 1999.
And Deirdre, what do you think is gonna? What's planned for 2023 for Rotary?
Oh, let me see. I was actually thinking. See, we look at the whole year together, and I know you have flyers on your table, but we're having our 16th annual Lunar New Year banquet. It is in person this time. It's at Yan Peninsula, which has been the ownership changed. We went to the grand opening. The food is incredible. So we hope to see all of you there, because the money that we raise at this event goes directly to youth and school programs, solely for those two, because we want to support our schools as much as we can. We have another thing that's going to be happening that's very exciting. I found out about this program a couple of years ago called Rise Against Hunger. And you have a packaging event, and you package 10,000 meals that are then distributed to places where they're needed. And so Millbrae Rotary is going to do that. I'm hoping some of the Lions will be able to join us. The Interact is going to join us. We need about 50 people to get it done, and it takes a couple of hours. But we're going to do it at back to open house, so we're hoping other people will kind of see what it is that we're doing, because it's an incredible program. And then we're going to have our Spring Festival, which we took over the Easter egg hunt for the city of Millbrae several years ago because they weren't able to do that. So we have games, we have pizza, and we have 3 different areas for kids so that the little kids don't get trampled on. The Interact kids stuff 6,000 eggs. So it's quite an undertaking and something we love to do.
All right. Deirdre Gladwin, president of Millbrae Rotary. Last year, the upcoming Lunar New Year, not last year, but prior to COVID, they raised over $30,000 a year. Many thanks to many of you that buys tables and helps support the Rotary. That goes back to our community. Thank you very much, Deirdre. I'd like to hand this over to John Hipley, and then he'll go over some of the sports that we have in Millbrae that we're very fortunate to have. So, John.
All right, here we go. Yeah. Okay, sports. How about those Niners, huh? Woo! Yeah. That's what sports does. It builds up esprit de corps in the community. And so we can relate to the football team, we can root for them. And in a sense, it makes our egos feel better to be associated in some way with those teams. And so if we look at Millbrae, our youth who matriculate through the school system play in youth sports. So we have the Millbrae Lions baseball team. And yeah. And Steve, you want to say a few words? No, you don't. Okay. Alrighty. You know, this is like, I feel like, I don't know if any of you, I'm dating myself here. Remember Father Guido Sarducci on Saturday Night Live? Yeah. He would come out and he'd say, I can get you through college in one day. And so economics, all you need to know about economics is supply and demand. So I feel I'm doing that here with the youth sports. Anyway, the Millbrae Girls Softball Association, they've done a lot of wonderful things. The 12U group won the state championship in San Diego last year, and the 10U group won the Northern California championship. And last but not least, the American Youth Soccer Organization, 500 to 700 players, 100 registered coaches, 200 parents who work out with the teams. And in the spring season, they're going to have 120 players. So that's all you need to know about Millbrae Youth Sports. Okay.
It's a wonderful evening. I want to recognize the chairs of this event. So can I have Jeff Spicker come up again, John Hipley come up again? Past President Paul, will you come up as well? You've been involved. Yes, sir. Come on up. Paul Cito, come on up. A lot of people that were deeply involved. Cal, you probably should get a selfie because you were big on this.
Thanks, Steve.
Good. I think you couldn't. Again, what a wonderful event. I think it's probably a good idea. Can we squeeze we have all these people in the room. I think get one more giant group photo of everybody. Let's do it. Hey, everybody, let's get everyone up front. We're gonna, everyone, you're all moving. Come on up. We're getting a large photo. We're gonna squeeze everybody to the front. Let's go, yeah, everybody. Let's go. Let's go. Bring it up. Bring it up. Bring it up. Bring it up. Oh yeah. 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 Everybody. Come on up. We'll figure it out. They're shy, isn't it? Well, come on, let's go. Oh, we'll do it this way. We'll do it this way. You stay there. Yeah, that sounds good. We'll do it that way. We'll stay there.
Okay, ready? Okay, mover shaker. Rotary Club, Millbrae Lions, Factory High Five, Lions, yeah! And you.
Perfect. That is awesome. Hey, when in doubt, improvise. What a fantastic event. Thank you all for being here. Wonderful evening. This concludes our night. Good evening.